Did you know that as a family physician, you could provide access to basic surgical services, including cesarean section, in many communities across central, western, and northern Canada? Family physicians with training in enhanced surgical skills or obstetrical surgical skills are currently providing care in many rural Canadian communities. We interviewed medical learners 2 years ago, and only 40% of them knew that ESS or OSS were career options. Many of our learners are finding out about ESS and OSS by accident on rural rotations. ESS is an exciting and professionally rewarding career option that combines the breadth of family practice with the impact of surgical care. Fundamentally, this combination of skills is important because it enables communities to support maternity care and deliveries as close to home as possible. This short video is intended to help you imagine a career with ESS or OSS training, and then to think about what it would look like to use those skills to meet the needs of communities across our country.
Doing full scope family practice as a career choice, including the ESS program, gives you a breadth of opportunities to be a full generalist.
The diversity of things that I get to do truly is from cradle to grave medicine. So to be able to have that true range of full scope family medicine is really rewarding.
There is no one side of medicine, it all overlaps. And the stronger you are in the most fields you can, you're a better doctor.
I believe in the quality of care that we deliver to rural patients, and I know from personal experience how valuable it is to have it where you live and not have to travel.
You are treating your neighbors and your community members, and you become part of that community, and I think that makes the work way more rewarding.
It's a really cool continuity of care that is unique, and you will not get it with any other practice.
One of the things that I love so much about rural practice is that you can see someone in Emerge or in clinic and walk across the hallway, talk to your OR manager and say, hey, this person really needs to go to the OR. And you can book them that afternoon or the next morning. And it's incredibly valuable to those patients.
I almost think it's better to have a doctor that knows a broader range of things, because otherwise you're waiting to get that next person to come and care for you. And if they're busy doing something else, you have someone that is more well-rounded and can touch on all the subjects that might be happening to you.
When I was a student, I was told flat out that this type of medicine didn't exist anymore, that no one was doing it and no one would train you. And I had to go out and look for it myself.
The primary barrier that I experienced was having to teach some of my referral centers or tertiary care centers what I do and what the scope of my practice is.
One of the biggest challenges I think with ESS and OSS is taking accountability for your own learning and knowing that you need to push yourself maybe a little bit harder just because you want to be over-prepared to go and work in that rural community on your own.
So one of my most memorable experiences was my first colon cancer that I caught on colonoscopy. That was probably one of the first times from my scope perspective that I felt like this is what you're doing is making a difference.
I performed a surgical airway on a patient in my trauma department as an ESS surgeon with a medical student who is currently providing OSS services in another community in Saskatchewan. And she cites that as the reason why she went into what she did.
Whether it's extracting foreign bodies from someone's stomach or they're deep within a muscle, you find some ingenious ways to remove it, because otherwise that patient will be waiting 10 hours in an emergency room 3 hours down the highway.
It honestly meant everything to be able to be close to home. I was able to be with my husband, I was able to be home with my daughter sooner. Doctor's appointments are easier to have follow-ups without having to make a big trip to the city or anything.
It's really hard to actually appreciate the scope of practice without seeing it in person. And we're always happy to teach, and we'd love to have you.
Come work with me here. Come check it out. If you want to learn more about it, we welcome students and residents that want to do electives here just to see what it's about. And yeah, hopefully it will excite you and inspire you to do the same thing.
We're always happy to have learners. It's something that I think we're all passionate about, is teaching and helping teach and create the next generation of rural family docs with surgical skills so that we can support rural communities.
I think when you put surgical skills in the hands of someone who's trained in family medicine, what you get is a doctor and surgeon who looks at the whole patient picture, the whole patient context when making decisions, and you end up with, I think, really phenomenal patient-centered care.
I wouldn't change my mind if I had to do it over again. I think it's the most rewarding career in medicine that I could have chosen.
Even though, the ESS, OSS community is small, even though there are only a few programs that are out there, don't let that discourage you, because we're a really close community, we're very supportive of each other, and it's a beautiful career that has a bright future.